All right, guys, we got something real special right here. At least I think it's special. I know this box is a little crushed, but I'm so excited to talk about these. However, there's two different versions. It was a little confusing, and we're gonna talk about it. Hey, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these two potential bad boys right here. This, my friends, is Jeremy Lin's first official signature shoe. They're called the JLIN Ones. Now, before I talk about anything, I just wanted to say, congratulations, man. This is fucking awesome. Okay, first off, Jeremy Lin and I are from the same area. Well, and you too. And I'm pointing to Mrs. Wing over there, not literally you. But we're all from the Bay Area, so Bay Area born and raised. I just really think it is dope that not only did somebody from where I'm from make it, because this is how I feel about Aaron Gordon as well, but not only did they make it to the big time with the NBA and everything, but now we got two Bay Area dudes with signature shoes. It's sick, man. Although, you know, Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, they had their time too, but this is the new generation side.
It's like how we can claim Smash Mouth.
I don't know if we want to.
I do.
But anyways, I think that this is really cool. Whether these perform well or not, I don't think matters. Just the accomplishment alone is awesome. And on top of that, it took him a long time, man. It took him 11 years, but he's been persistent. I think that it's been great because he's just one of those athletes that hasn't stopped. He's like the little engine that could. He just kept on chugging, man. He just kept going. So yeah, I think that's really dope. The confusing thing though is that there's two versions of the shoe. Which one's his? I know that they are both his, but like they're just different, man. They're just different. So these ones right here we were able to grab from Fanmuji Sneakers, so big thank you to everybody over at Fanmuji. These ones right here we actually grabbed from one of our own. He's over in China. His name's Jason Tatman. He grabbed these for me, so thank you. I appreciate it. And as if getting your own signature sneaker wasn't cool enough, you can actually create one right now thanks to the good folks over at Mountain Dew. So custom kicks are all the rage right now in the NBA. Some are really cool, but every day we see them all over social media, and now it's your turn to create something that will capture everyone's attention. Thanks to Mountain Dew, you're going to be able to unleash your creativity for Indiana Pacers Miles Turner and potentially get the design that you create featured not only on his feet, but on the NBA hardwood. And that is pretty dang cool. Now you can be as creative as you'd like with your design, so make sure that you are really just thinking outside the box. It can have characters, it can have any type of artwork, color, all that stuff, because world-class customizer Serato is going to be the one bringing your design to life. Again, pretty dang cool. So anything that you think of that you can put on this beautiful shoe right here, you can possibly have that happen. Not that they need that. I mean, these are gorgeous, but you can make them awesome. Not only is this the ultimate fan experience, but if you happen to be an up-and-coming designer or custom artist, this could look great on your portfolio, just saying. Now this contest is happening right now, so make sure that you click the link in the description box below. It'll take you over to the contest page that has all of the rules in order for you to apply. There are a couple of ones that you just want to know right off the bat. First off, you have to be 18 or older, and also you have to be a US resident, but all the other terms and conditions are going to be with that link in the description box. Also, if you do create something, make sure that you tag us on social at WearTesters, because I know that I'd love to see it. I always like seeing things like that, so you know, just do it, or do the do, whatever. And with that being said, back to action. So first things first, the thing that is the same is the tooling. So the traction right here is identical on each pair, which I think is a good thing because that would be really confusing if they were totally different. And what we do have here is solid rubber, which is awesome. It's a radial pattern, which is also awesome. I just hope that these perform really well. I probably won't be able to test them indoors still because our gyms are still closed. Well, the gyms are not closed, just the basketball section. It's covered in elliptical machines, man, that sucks. But I will be able to play in these outside, so I'll test them there. Obviously, I have two pairs, so I'll be able to maybe keep one for whenever indoors do happen to open back up. But at the same time, it might be too late. Relevance is everything, and unfortunately, way too long. Nobody's searching for these anymore. But like I was saying, the traction is identical, so that's one thing that is the same. Another thing that's the same between both pairs is the Shank Plates. So these guys right here are TPU. Jeremy Lin's pair is actually different. He's got a PE. His plates are made out of carbon fiber. So he's a bigger athlete than most of us, so he's probably going to need that additional torsional support. Now, one last thing that is the same is the midsole tooling as well. They also feel the same in hand and on foot. I don't know what the cushion is called. I just know that it feels surprisingly good. So I'm hoping that these are like really solid shoes on court as far as the cushion is concerned. Again, I'm not sure what the name of it is. All I know is that it's got a little bit of a bounce to it. It reminds me of Bounce from Adidas, which isn't too surprising since, you know, Jeremy Lin was an Adidas athlete for quite a while after his little Linsanity Nike run. Now, where I started to get confused was with the uppers. So So I got this pair first, and then I was looking at them and I was like, wow, these look really cheap. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I was just like, what happened here? Because I saw promo images long before I got the shoe in, and I was just like, oh, those look kind of cool. You know, I'm quite surprised. I don't know what Xtep is or whatever, but it is what it is. Oh, also, there was another shoe that he wore when he first signed with the brand called the Xtep something. We do have a performance review on WearTesters.com of that shoe, but that was not his signature shoe. That was just their first basketball shoe, which was a big deal because I believe this brand right here, Xtep, is not a basketball company. At least that's not what they're known for overseas. They're actually known for more like running and tennis. So these are their first try at basketball, which is really interesting because for an athlete to sign with a brand with unproven product, I mean, that's a risk. So hats off to everybody involved for taking that risk, because I know that that's not easy, especially right now when Nike owns all of basketball. So again, I was looking at these and I was like, man, these look way different. Like they just look really cheap, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then I started looking at the back and it says Xtep right there on both of them. And I was just like, dude, the ones that I saw, they had the JLIN logo on there and stuff. And so then I looked up a video and I saw this one from, I think it was Bleacher Report or BR Kicks. You know, their YouTube channel, they had a video with him where he was describing everything about these shoes. And I was like, dude, these are totally different. I was just bummed. I was like, they can't be making fakes of their own stuff already, right? Like that would be really weird. And so what I found out was, thanks to our friend Jason over in China, that there is two versions of the shoe. I ended up getting the newer of the two versions, but even he was saying that the marketing over there in China was a little confusing to him. Like he wasn't sure which one is the better one, because I think since these were newer, they were more expensive than the one right here that was available first, I guess. All I know is that the uppers are a little bit different, and obviously that's apparent from the visual cues, but it's also a different material altogether. So this feels like a basic nylon mesh, very similar to what you would see on something like the Air Jordan 11, whereas this feels more of like a jacquard, something like a Dame 2, very tight knit, has a lot of strength for the type of structure that it is, whereas this one, again, it felt cheap. I was really surprised. So like, we don't know if this is a training shoe and this is the basketball shoe, or if they're both basketball shoes and one's just a different option. I really don't know. Now the eyelet areas are different as well. So this one right here, they are a little bit more reinforced. So we have like a TPU, it's almost like a skin fuse, but they're a little bit thicker, a little thicker than like the skin fuse that's actually on the toes and everything. But that's so that you don't rip through the material. They do have that on here, but this is a skin fuse and this is super thin, super cheap. I'm just not like confident. If you like to yank your laces, that would just really stress that out. There are also the nylon cables on both in the same areas, but again, this one's reinforced with thicker TPU panels than this one over here. I don't even know what they're called. The JLIN ONE, and then what's this? They also don't have the little JLIN ONE branding on the shoe. It's very strange. They do have the JLIN logos on the bottoms and stuff, but I don't know, man. This is just a weird, like what a weird way. Like you're already new in basketball and you're confusing the hell out of people. It's like, that's not a great first impression. Now the support wing, I think is cool. And yes, I'm biased because we've seen this on a shoe before. Which shoe? My shoe. That's fucking cool. Now the tongues are also different. This is an open-celled mesh. This is a little bit of a more tighter open-celled mesh, so still open, but just smaller holes and everything like that. I think that they'll do the same thing. They both are nicely padded, which I like. And then the back of the shoe, the heel, the collar, all of that, that is where it's like vastly different from one another. This one right here, I love the sculpt. Like I like how it jets away from your ankle and your Achilles, because there's nothing worse than getting that rubbed raw. This one is more traditional, straight up and down. The interior is a little more rough, and then this one is a little softer and everything. And then the other thing that is very apparent is the heels. This has a synthetic leather overlay, and that's kind of the structure. There is an internal heel counter, but it's very soft in comparison to this one that has an internal and an external, which is made out of TPU. And this also has the JLIN branding. So you can see that it's got the JLIN logo as well as the 1, and it's also an 11 for his 11th year in the NBA, representing that he finally got his first shoe in year 11.
You are kidding. That is amazing.
And then one last thing is that this guy right here is just reinforced more around the toe and medial side and everything. So you got the skin fuse, whereas this blue joint right here doesn't have it at all on the toe, but it is on the medial and then right there at that pinky toe. There's also another Jeremy Lin shoe as well, which we got from Famuji, which are these guys right here. This is called the Lin Sanity. I'll talk about these later, but these feel like they could be awesome. So not that these don't, it's just that when I had gotten these two in hand, I was like, what is this thing? This is so cheap. And I was like feeling this one, I was like, this feels so much better. What happened? And then when I started researching more stuff, that's when I saw these and the other variants and stuff. And I was like, what the f is this? So it was just very weird. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, that again is going to be a little tricky or a little confusing just because they go by different numbers than typical US brands. So both of these pairs right here are a size 42 in the Euro sizing range, which would be, I think, an 8.5 in US because I'm a 9 in US shoes, and that's typically a 42.5. So that's what I would recommend though, is go with your Euro size and whatever is closest to that down. So like if you can only find 42, 43, there's no half sizes, then go to your fullest size down unless you have a wide foot. And even then, be careful because they are Chinese branded shoes and they are built usually off of a wider last. Dude, these two shoes are different?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit, look at this.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow, which one do I like more? Well, I kind of like the one that I was holding this whole time because that's the one that I'm used to. The black bottom is cool though. I can't believe that these are different. What a dumbass.
I
can't
thought
believe...
you knew.
What's going on with my eyes? I got like glaucoma? Is that a
Not
thing?
funny.
No? Is that what glaucoma is? I don't know. I can't believe that these are different. Anyways, you guys let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. What is your theory on top of that? Like, what the happened here? Don't talk about my dumbassness. That's just documented for everyone to enjoy. You're welcome. And then let us know what you think about these just visually, and then we'll talk about performance afterwards. Also, big congratulations to Jeremy Lin. I definitely am happy for you, man. I think that's really cool. Again, Bay Area, born and raised, just like us. It's just something in the water. Breeds awesome people. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support, and until next time, guys, have a good one. It's getting hot, so.
It's getting hot in here.
I cannot believe they're different.